to an episode of Raging Out in Clash. My name is Jen, and we're here with SK as well.
Hello.
And what have we got for you today? Well, we weren't able to do an episode last week, so we're going to kind of cram 2 episodes into one here. We're going to talk about the update, because that dropped. We are going to talk about the Queen skin, because we never did talk about that.
I know, I think when we finished the day after, I was like, wait a minute, we forgot about the one thing that we always talk about.
We're in the middle of Clan Games, so we'll briefly touch upon that. We're going to talk about our wars and how the last couple of those have been going. There are a couple events that are on right now, or there's a couple events that we're on. There's a couple events that are coming up. There's a new challenge that's out. And there's also some offers that were in the shop and currently in the shop.
So before, currently, and after is what you say.
So where do you want to get started? Let's do the Queen skin first, just because that was something that we didn't talk about last.
Okay. Do you like it?
I don't know why she has a serpent tail coming out of her axe.
It's not coming out of her bum, it's part of her body.
Well, I don't like it. It looks like she's got snake coming out of her butt.
She's part snake.
Why is she snake? She's... I don't get it. I don't.
It's the jungle one.
I understand that it's a jungle one, but why does she have a tail coming out of her ass? I don't understand.
I guess it's the whole sort of mythy thing where it's like people think it's like the Medusa, although that's not what the Medusa is, but I think it looks like a naga, which is I think it's in some sort of mythical beast thing. Also, I think a part of religion. I don't know. But it's like half woman at the top and half snake in the bottom. And, it's like centaurs who are half human up top and half horse down below.
But I look at that, I don't see jungle. I see not jungle.
Do you look at any of the other ones and think they're themes?
Yeah, I do.
But this jungles have snakes, is what I would say.
Well, okay, maybe, but I don't like
it. I actually don't mind this one. I don't like when she does that eye thing. When you first see her, she looks at you and does this weird eye thing. Like, I don't know what that's about. But I don't actually mind how she looks because I have seen these Naga types creatures in other games. Right? The one thing that I would say is I would not like to be shot by that bow. Or that arrow, sorry, because if that, it's like a conical kind of pointy thing. If that went in and then, you had to pull that out, that's taking out like a massive bullet hole, basically. That would be painful to take out. But, she doesn't look too half bad, is what I would say. She's a lot better than the Clockwork Queen. So she's not the worst, still, for me. And she's not that bad. Like, once after she's finished doing her eye thing, I don't mind. I mean, I've not actually seen how she moves, because I don't put the skins on. I assume she slivers around the base, because I would be disappointed if she would end up walking when she doesn't have legs. So I'm assuming she slivers around. But yeah, no, I don't mind how she looks. And she doesn't have really, really tiny feet.
No, Chris doesn't have any feet.
I do wonder whether Supercell had something against the Queen and legs. Because, She didn't have legs with the Clockwork Queen, and now she doesn't have legs as the Jungle Queen. And every other person has legs in all their skins. So, any parting thoughts for the Jungle Queen?
No, I don't like it.
Very well. But you'll still get it, because I know you still bought the pack.
Yeah, I still got it. I'm just gonna look here. What am I new? See, and for me, I would probably put that as my least favorite one.
More than the Clockwork Queen?
Yep.
Why?
Yep. Because I don't like it. I just don't like it.
But it's purple. You like the color purple.
I do. And I don't like the tail coming out of her butt. I don't.
It's not coming out of her butt. It's a part of her body.
Well, yeah. Same thing.
Okay.
Okay. What else are we gonna talk? So
We should talk about the start on the update then, because I'm imagining that that's probably going to take the full time.
I was gonna quickly get through the rest of the stuff, and then we can talk about the update minutes.
The rest of the stuff being
Fine games, or briefly touch upon our wars, the events, stuff like that.
okay, sure.
So for clan games right now, we've got 2 days and 10 hours left. We've got 38,000 points. I think we're gonna max. It looks like we've got another one mooching. Hold on.
So it's good when we talked about clan games then.
Yep. I think I got him. I think I got him before you finish. So we are probably going to max this round. I really think that we will be able to get 12,000 from the rest, because I do think that people will see that we're close.
Uh-huh.
And you will probably encourage people to get max, because there is a hero book in the last tier.
Not gonna lie, I would like the hero book, but actually when I was thinking about it, nah, I would like the hero book, yeah. Because I was gonna say, even though we're not allowed to talk about our bases and whatnot in this episode, but I'm nearly finished my pets.
I saw you've got 3 of them maxed already, and 1 pet and 1 hero left.
I know, and guess how many medals I have in that left. So I'm quite impressed that I've managed to nearly max out my pets and actually still had some medals left. I will caveat that I fully went in with the intention of, okay, upgrading pets, there's nothing that you can do to speed that up. There's no potion, there's a hero book that you can do, but there's no, nothing speeds it up. So I had decided to use all my medals in combination with books and whatnot. Everything that would have been for a hero would be for the pets. So, but yeah, so I was like, wait a minute, that's 40 levels, right? I'm not gonna be able to do it a lot. If you remember, I complained about that. It's 40 levels. It'll be like Christmas before then. But I'm nearly done, and guess how many medals I have left?
500?
No. I have 201 medals left.
Right.
So, it was possible. Well...
Oh, I got 59.
So, I knew I was saving those medals for something.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think I had tried to get a hammer and do an upgrade, because, there's a cooldown for those hammers, so. But now that I get my hero book, the king can get some love now.
Yep.
Which is good. So what do you think about the rewards?
I don't know about you. I know you're excited about the hero book. I'm excited about the Builder Rune, the gold one, because we haven't gotten enough of those in the last 6 months or so. So I am absolutely ecstatic that we're getting another a gold Builder Rune.
But it's 50 gems.
I'm taking the rune. I mean, I still have some stuff left in Builder Base. I was just looking the other day. I've got a lot of walls left. I'll probably use my wall rings in Builder Base now because my walls in my main village are done. I probably won't take the Builder Rune, to be honest. I'll probably take the Builder Potion.
Because there's 100 gems in the last tier as well.
Yeah. But, actually I don't need the Builder Potions because my heroes are now done, and that was the only reason I ever used Builder Potions was to make sure that I could still be in war when my heroes were down. So I probably might take that Builder Rune just to get the 50 gems. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take the shovel. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. And the wall rings because, like I said, I've got Builder...
Wait a minute. How many gems do you get for Builder Potion? Because that's 2 Builder Potions. Do you get 100 gems?
Builder Potions are only 10.
Only 10 gems, alright, okay. Can you tell I've never traded in a Builder Potion? I'll probably, if we do max out, it'll be a Book of Heroes, the gems, Builder Potions, the shovel, of which I have to sell one or move something somewhere, the research potion, gems, and training potion. That would be my ones, I think. Do I have a elixir rune already? No, I don't. I'd take an elixir rune over the 100 gems. Not that I need it, because...
I would probably take the 100 gems because you're going to get an elixir rune in the next pass that you get.
Really?
And it's not like you have anything with elixir to upgrade other than your wall. The warden's done.
I do have research, but I can farm. So...
I mean, your research takes, 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks?
Yeah.
You're not working in that time? What are you doing? You don't even need to farm because you're going to be warring. I mean, your stuff's going to fill up in your treasury.
Yep.
So...
Yep, I've never had an issue. Well, apart from, oh holy crap, I haven't done much, I better start doing stuff. But when I need to get my ass in gear, I do. I know that you're waiting for that elusive 1000. I know that it does exist this time around. But I have not seen any, by the way. So, normally they appear at the beginning and you're like, that's just... You've taken one. You took one at the beginning, did you know?
No, I didn't. 500, really.
Right. Because normally they do appear in the beginning, and then they bugger off for like 6 or so days, and then start coming at towards the end. But
for sure there's an 1,000 because...
I think there is. I think it's rare, but I think it's the attack 8 times in a row and win or something like that. One.
Oh, okay.
Because that attacking however many times in a row is 400 and it's doubled to 800, isn't it? So I think
it doesn't always boost all of them for some reason.
I know, they just choose random ones. There's no rhyme or logic to this. But you're ready to take it at least. I still need a 35. But yeah, so... less grindy this clan games. I know I mentioned in the past that I wasn't really into it. I'm still not as I was, but it was less grindy, I feel. Although, I think that I have seen a lot of these challenges for both the home village and the builder base. These get however many stars challenges pop up a lot And they are...
I try and get rid of those because I know that some people like getting them, but they are such a waste of time.
They are they are so not worth it.
It's not, because if you really actually look at it, like 400 points to get 900% in builder base, that's at least 9 attacks. When you could get 400, like when you could do 9 attacks and get more points just by choosing a different challenge, like trashing that one and picking another one. So I purposely get rid of all of those ones, unless it's like the ones where it's like 225 and you only need 10 stars or something like that, because that can be really quick. Mm-hmm. But the ones that are like all that god-awful percent and stuff, like I purposely trash those because I don't want people taking those.
I've been trashing them too, and right now at this current point in time, there's 3 of them. 3 challenges that are of that sort. And I'm like, why can't I get rid of them? Why do they keep coming back?
I know.
Okay. So
our wars were going pretty good up until about 3 wars ago, where we hit a clan that I don't think, were you in that war?
I was in that war, and we were horrendously
outmatched. We pulled 2 14s, 2 13s. And then there was other stuff at the bottom. Like it was crazily outmatched. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you could say
proper
yes.
Town Hall 14s and 13s.
What's that?
There were proper Town Hall 14s and 13s.
Yeah. Yes. And I mean, you could say that, yes, their offense wasn't that great, but still, their number 1 was, and their number 3 and 4 were, and yet I think the 13 was offensively rushed a little bit, but still their number 1 could clearly crush me and could get a decent hit on you, and then he didn't need backup where, a Town Hall 14 would be hitting our 12 and an 11, and then their 2 13s would be, hitting a 10 and a 9. So, I mean, it was just, I understand, like, it was just frustrating because we had no backups that war. Mm-hmm. Because of and that's what made it unfair. And I was thinking, like, they should somehow weight wars, like, it goes by your top 5, or your top 5 get extra weighted or something like that. Because
they do try to match the top from the top.
It's just, I mean, they need to do it
better
because of that. Because, I mean, when you...
But it's just like the recruiting tool, isn't it? This is the best they can do.
It's unfair to the clan that isn't allowed backups. Because...
But you know what Supercell will say? You know what Darian will say? But sometimes you'll be that other side of the clan where, they don't have backup.
I would rather not be. I would rather it be...
Well, yeah.
A straight up...
But then Supercell will say, okay, but do you know how hard it is to code up something like that to try? You'd be waiting for like days before you find a match. Can you tell that people have complained about this? And it's not just us. And it's always the same spiel all the time.
It was annoying, to say the least.
It was. But it made our wars... I mean, sometimes it does take the pressure off when you get a streak going. But, it looks like we've got 2 more wins after that, and it looks like you'll have another one in this one, because, again, you have one of those rare circumstances, you have an advantage, I think. I'm not in it because we had to cycle, and I thought, okay, I'll take myself out, and obviously then it matched. But the last war, you managed to pummel them into submission, and only one person attacked on the other side and got 1 star. Mm-hmm. I think it's because we had already cleared the whole board, before halfway through the war.
Yeah. So. And I mean, I think that makes a difference. Because, I mean, I know especially when it's been done to us, it's been done to us a couple times where they use all of their attacks and, you know, the first 5 hours of war and it's all done and we need to get a perfect war just to beat them kind of thing. So, I mean, it definitely...
It does add in the pressure. There's really just no hope of a win. It's either a draw or a loss.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So that's how our wars have been going. We've got, you know, 6 red ones in the warlock, and it's going to be a while before we knock out another one. So
not that you're keeping count.
I'm keeping count. It's just, you know, I noticed that, and I'm not too worried about it because it's more green than red, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay.
I would. Did we? Yeah. Okay. The events that are on, or I guess coming up, there was a couple events that were previously on. There was I took a photo because I knew I was gonna. There was a witch event for a builder potion and the super barb event for a training potion, or a resource potion. And those are the events that we're on. And the events that are coming up, there's a bowler event, there's a super wall breaker event, there's the new dragon rider event, and then we got clan war leagues coming up. 5. So the events are going to start when clan games are over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that they fill the gap with something. I like that it's, you know, it seems like there's always something.
There was a bit of gap. Sometimes there is sometimes a gap. I've noticed because you do notice it more now that they have tried to fill up gaps. You do notice when there is one. In terms of the events that you mentioned, I did not like them. I did not like that it was 15 attacks. It was so grindy. Like, it was, and the rewards aren't even that great to be doing 15 attacks. But I did manage to complete them all. I ended up having to unlock Super Barbarians for myself because I'll never get any because I'm in, you know, different part of the world from everyone else that has them. But 15, it was just so grindy. And I'm gonna be moany groony if these ones coming up are also 15.
They're gonna be 20, so you know.
What do you think about the fact that there's super troop events?
Certain super troops I don't mind because sometimes I have them unlocked, or I occasionally unlock them. I think it won't be so bad now that the stupid ones that I don't like the super archers, the barbarians, R11 can unlock and help out with. And R12 can help out with a lot of them too now. I think that before it was just you and I, so it was difficult because, I mean, I use super wall breakers and more. So, and then I, you know, usually get the super minions for CCs. So it was always a hassle for me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a super event and having to put it down.
Yeah, I do wonder. Well, I don't wonder. I do. There's a part of me that feels like they're trying to force you to get some sort of clan interaction. And that obviously only, was it 10 or 11s and up? Is it 10 or 10s? 10 or 11s and up that can get it. And, you know, that means if a lower town hall wants to complete that event, they would need to then request it from a higher town hall. So I do feel like there is that slight sort of trying to force you to, because people in our clan don't request for those. Have you noticed that nobody?
No, they don't.
They don't do them, and I'm like, I always say I have these unlocked. If you want them, just request, right?
I
But
think
nobody
it's just
does.
for the weirdos like you and I, because I don't think anybody really cares about XP or the one potion that they're getting.
But yeah, well, that's why I was saying it's so grindy
I-
for one potion.
I've
But
noticed that you and I are usually the only ones that request for that stuff when the events are on.
so it's not for being stingy, but our clan doesn't complete them, and I wonder if Supercell's trying to encourage clan sort of mentality to get you to donate to other people, because you're in a tough spot if you don't have any higher town halls and you want to do the event. Okay.
So the next thing is the shop offers. There was a few shop offers previously in the shop. I think they just went away the last couple of days here.
They came out as part of the update, didn't they?
Yeah. Did you get any?
I bought the one that had the hero book in it.
Okay.
Was that like the second cheapest one or the cheapest one? It was the second cheapest one, I think. I think it was $3.99, $4.99, not $4.99. It can't have been $4.99 because I'd be like, stingy. It must have been $2.99. Did you buy any?
No, the only thing that I bought was the Barbarian skin.
What do you think of them? We won't spend too much time on it because we have gone over them in great depth when they won. But you liked them, didn't you? You wanted the scenery, and you still do want the scenery.
I still do want the scenery. I haven't purchased that yet.
Yet? Are you gonna buy it?
Well, I don't know. Just because
it's so much more expensive than the skin.
The last year almost, I've been using the free money I've been getting from work to buy my passes and stuff like that, and I'm on my last $50 gift card. So this has to last me. This $50 has to last me until the end of the year at least. So I don't know if I want to spend $9.99, I think it is, just to get that. I do like the idea of having a war-based scenery though.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's justifiably more expensive than a barbarian skin?
Yeah, because there's more to look at. I don't know. I just wish they both would have been.
Because I personally think they should have been the same price.
I think a lot more work probably went into the war-based one. That's why it's priced more.
It? Or is it because, and again, this is the cynical in me, but a part of me feels like, ooh, this is the first ever new scenery that you can buy. We'll just bump up the price a bit because it's the first one. Right? Whereas the barbarian skin, yeah, it's a new one, and yeah, it looks good, but there's other ones out there already, so there's no, ooh, it's the first one.
I think it's probably more to do with because it was so much more that had to go into it, I think.
Is there? Because I think a lot of work goes into the skin as well, because they, obviously have to do the whole 3D, but then also the whatever the movements they do and whatnot that are unique to that skin.
Doesn't the Inferno on the war-based thing move?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Yeah. So that's 3D and.
Yeah, but my waterfall flows.
What? Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Saying like they added 3D into the war base as well. So you can't just say, well, they have to make the king 3D and do whatever.
I don't know. A part of me still feels like they should have priced it the same sort of parity at least. And I'm thinking also couple
this
of points.
This isn't the first secret though. I mean, it's the first war-based scenery.
Yeah, the
This
first
is-
war-based scenery, and all the war players will be like, I'm buying that.
But all of the other sceneries were priced at this, so I mean,
Were
it just
they?
makes sense to have.
Were they not priced
Yeah.
at a different... Can you
They
tell
were
I've
all
never bought
$9.99.
them?
What?
Can you tell I've never bought them? But does that mean then that the guy that created that scenery earns more than the guy that created the skin?
I have no idea. They might have capped it both at the same thing.
Well, it's capped, right, at a certain amount of money, but you're gonna reach that cap a lot faster.
It's probably capped at the same.
So, I mean, I don't know how likely you are gonna cap out, but if you weren't, you'd be like, well, I'd have been better off doing the scenery.
Well, but then you should have done the scenery. But I mean, he chose the hero one for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
The challenge, the Inferno Talon challenge.
What did you think of it? Did you like it?
That bloody freaking super monster P.E.K.K.A. that's in the CC freaking hits air. I watched.
Did you watch or did you try first? You should always try first before you watch.
I tried first, and that when I lured out the CC with a loon. I'm like, a P.E.K.K.A. came out, and I was confused, like right off the go. And then I dropped all my troops down at the bottom, and I was like, where did my dragons go? And then I see, this P.E.K.K.A. swipe, and I'm like, okay, then I gotta kill the P.E.K.K.A. It wasn't until I watched Itsu's stream just to see his reaction. I was like, that P.E.K.K.A. is swiping at air, and like not just one at a time, like doing splash damage. I was just like, holy hell! I had no idea how to kill the P.E.K.K.A. Absolutely not. I tried all my heroes. I tried everything. I couldn't do it. So I finished watching his stream, and I'm like, okay, I can kill this P.E.K.K.A. now. And even still, I could barely kill it. I have a few accounts, and I have completed it on every single other account except for my main one. But I bet you, for me to do it now, because I've played those so long ago, for me to do it now, I will probably still fail because I've forgotten how I killed the Super P.E.K.K.A.
Do you think it's a good challenge?
I think it's just too hard. For 2 hero potions? That was a lot of freaking work that I
And
put in.
14 gems.
13 gems. Have you done it?
No.
You got to do it on your little one too.
Oh, fine. I'll do them both tomorrow. Yeah, no, I've not done it yet.
I mean, I think it was definitely challenging. But I mean, you don't even get a poison. You can't even drop a poison on the. You don't even get a freeze.
I think there used to be so I think the whole giant P.E.K.K.A. mega P.E.K.K.A. thing is not new. I think it has been as a something before in the game. It didn't used to hit air though, but there used to be a mega P.E.K.K.A. thing, like a big giant P.E.K.K.A. As a sort of just for fun. I can't remember what it was, but there was at some point for sure. But I mean, I do like these sort of challenges that you can sort of do on your own, and the fact that you're constrained with those troops is also, it's a different kind of puzzle, and I like them. But I will try and do them later.
Okay, so the update now. Oh goodness, we got a lot of stuff going on in the update.
I know.
Okay,
You got the notes on?
Yeah, so the first thing is the new troop, the Dragon Rider. Dragon Rider becomes available at Town Hall 13 when players can upgrade their barracks to level 50. So this was kind of exciting for me because I had something to use my elixir up.
Mm-hmm. Are you disappointed that it's not what you thought it was? I was disappointed. You got me all hyped up, And I was so disappointed. I was like,
I was disappointed that it wasn't a hybrid troop. I was quite convinced. I did not realize, though, that when the barracks is not cooking any
oh my
troops,
god, don't tell me you never saw that. Those lights don't come on.
And I never saw any, I never paid attention when my barracks was cooking that there was a little animation on every single one of them.
Did you not know? Do you play the game at all? There's villagers clapping at stuff and...
That's why I thought when I saw the two pictures that it was going to be a hybrid troop, because it just made sense. Obviously, the air sock is up when they're cooking and it's down when nothing's cooking. Obviously, it makes sense now that I know that there's animations and I see stuff move.
Mm.
I did not know that before. But I still like my idea, and I still think that they should use my idea and, make a hybrid.
I was so disappointed. Okay, and what do you think of the...
I don't mind it. I've used it in a couple attacks. Obviously the Inferno challenge as well.
I remember when I asked whether you wanted one instead of the dragon you requested, and you were like, no.
Yeah, and I ended up using it anyway.
Uh-huh. And it helped.
I think it will, like, in terms of, it'll depend what you want to get out of your attack. If you're using it with your air army and in a blimp or in a stone slammer or something like that. If you're, specifically going for the town hall, I think it is good because it's one of those troops that targets defense. So it will target the town hall when your blimp or when your slammer makes it to the town hall. If you're looking to kill a queen, you still need the regular dragon in there. So, I mean, like I said, that's where it's going to depend on what you're trying to get out of your attack. I had been using it because, it works pretty good for a lava loon attack when you've got a blimp to town hall and whatnot. So, yeah.
I think a lot of people have said they're quite, like, overpowered. A lot of people...
Yeah, well, most new troops are.
Yeah. Okay, I don't mind it. The only thing I did mind was the fact that my barracks were out of commission and they were taking forever to train anything. It'd been a while since I experienced the pain, so I'd forgotten by then. Because I had, for whatever reason, decided to upgrade 2 of them. And at one point I was like, maybe I should upgrade 3 of them. And I was like, don't be stupid.
I saw, because I was looking at your base to see what you were doing. And I'm like, do I want to put the 3rd one down and get ahead? And then I'm like, no, because I want to raid. I want to do stuff. Like, I don't want to be sitting waiting for my troop the entire time. So, the new the new super troop, the rocket balloon. What do you think of those?
Well, I said this in the little one, clan chat. But I feel like it's not really a super troop. As in, I prefer the Dragon Riders to this rocket balloon. I feel like the Dragon Riders are more like a super troop for the balloon than the rocket balloon. Because, I mean, I'm not a lunar. I don't use lava loon and all that anyway, but I feel like, that extra boost, I don't know. I feel like a Dragon Rider because it targets the defenses. I feel like that's more of a boost than this.
Mm-hmm. I unlocked them. I tested a few of them in CCs. I can't remember how they did. I tested a couple of them with the lava loon attacks that I was using, and they're not as strong as I thought they were going to be. Like, they're fast, obviously, but I don't think I'll be unlocked again.
I think the death damage is double, though, than a regular balloon. So
I think
there's a lot of these kamikaze kind of hits, I guess. But yes, I don't think I'll be unlocking them until this event comes on, I guess.
I think Town Hall 12 can unlock.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's housing space of 8. The Dragon Riders are 25, so obviously a little bit more. The Rocket Loon's more than the 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I like that. I don't think I'll be unlocking them again anytime soon. I probably want to test them again in CCs, especially if we're coming up against the clown that's using, in charges like that, where they're using ground. Just because that burst of speed right at the beginning will, we've always played different speeds in our CCs, so that might drop. But yeah.
Okay.
New building level. You get new Archer Tower level, Wizard Tower level, Air Defense level, Barracks, Giant Bomb, Air Bomb, and 50 more walls to do.
Yep, and we talked about this before, so we won't linger.
Yeah, you said you hadn't even finished your trap.
Yep.
And then with the air targeting defenses getting an extra level, it just made sense to give the Dragon, Balloon, and Electro Dragon one more level as well. So those are the new troop levels. Quality of life improvements. Army composition sharing. You can now share your saved armies as well as your previously used armies to clan chat or as a link. You can share outside the game. Link the base, just like link base, but just like base links. There we go.
Mm-hmm. I think this will be good for you because you're nicer than I am.
What do you mean?
Like sharing compositions for like Town Hall 8s and whatnot. Oh, but you can't do it. But you do help them.
Yeah, well, because sometimes they're just stupid in the army.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you do need to be. You have to be the same Town Hall, though, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's not going to be useful for us.
No, because I mean, most people just when they're asking for it, you just tell them. I mean, it's just village rotation. I love this one. Yes, you read that right. You can now rotate your village 90-degree increments.
Mm-hmm.
That is so awesome.
I thought you'd like that one the best.
Customizable deployment bar sizes. Under more settings, you now have an option called deployment bar size. The slider can allow you to manually adjust the size of your deployment bar according to your preference. I looked at this, and I think the size of my icons are perfect right now because any smaller and my fat finger, I'm going to be fat fingering everything.
I made mine a little smaller.
Did you?
Yeah. The one thing that I don't like, as in if you do make them smaller, is, obviously the warden. You have to be really careful in terms of where you tap, whether you're switching between air and ground.
Game balance changes. Battle. Fixed an issue. So these are game balance changes and bug fixes. Fixed an issue where the defensive builders would get stuck on hidden Teslas. Oh. I think I read through these, and a lot of them I didn't even realize. Defending builders will now properly retreat to their ruined hut when it's destroyed instead of just vanishing.
Mm-hmm.
Make defending builders stick to their target until it's fully repaired. This also fixes the problem of getting no repair done inside a high-level poison spell. The Royal Champion seeking shield ability will no longer target defensive builder.
I think that's an interesting one.
I was just going to say, that's kind of, I mean, depending on, you know, I mean, because it would mess up pathing, right? I mean,
I wonder why they chose to do that, though. I wonder whether there was a lot of complaints about why does it do that, you know, what a waste kind of thing. But I feel like it should.
It is a defense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel like it should.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just going to interlude and say, because you already passed on it, but I have actually finished one of my air bombs now. And I quite like the shade of it. I like the colour. Have you seen the new colour?
No.
It's quite nice. It's like a dirty red. So I'm quite excited to see what the giant bomb looks like. Because...
It's bigger, too. The balloon is bigger. It's like a smidgen bigger. That's a really deep red.
Yeah. And the balloons are kind of a little bit dirty. I can't hate them. But I will say also, they don't show you what it looks like when you go to upgrade them. And before they, you know, so you can't tell what they're going to look like. And I've forgotten from all the sneak peeks and all that what they do actually look like. So that was quite a nice surprise, is what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Force retarget for jumping and flying pets if their assigned hero is knocked out and the pet is attacked a wall. Force retarget for Mighty Yak if it's helping the hero to destroy a wall and the hero is knocked out or targets something else. Healers will no longer target the unicorn. I actually saw that happen a couple times in a couple streamers' attacks. The healers were helping the unicorn. Gameplay, new season pass and clan games tasks. There is a bunch of new tasks. We don't need to go through all those.
Clearly they've made such an impact. You know what would be a good impact? A couple more 35s and a couple more thousands. That would have been cheered on.
Yeah. UI, add horizontal scroll indicators to the laboratory screen. I didn't really need those.
Does that mean, though, the fact that they've added them in, that means it used to be people didn't realise that they could, like, research more troops.
No, I think it was... Especially, I think, for the lower town halls, because I know when I first started playing the game, I had no idea that I had to upgrade my spells because it was far to the right and there was no indicator saying, you know, you can go that way to upgrade your spells kind of thing. So it might be for the lower town hall that just...
I guess, I mean... It sounds like a reasonable explanation that you're telling me, Jen, but at the same time, this is coming from the person that never knew that they had little villagers that would clap at stuff.
There's a lot of things that I'm realizing.
Or that the barracks would light up as they were cooking your troops.
Yeah. An army's training time is now shown on the quick army screen. The housing plus spell space indicators were removed to make space for this, but a notification badge on the edit button will let you know when an army is complete. You know, they're focusing on all these stupid little changes when they should be more characters in mail and actually making quality of life changes that mean something.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I know.
The first army is now shown and edited on the quick army screen. It is no longer in the more settings. It should have been there in the first place. Like, oh my god.
You know, and you do feel like they would do like things, and you know, and I've talked about this before, but like I don't know how they choose what quality of life things to do, right? But like the whole, if you're gonna make something pretty, then fix your darn builder base profile where it looks as though you've copied and pasted over a purple block over the actual old home village profile because it's so obvious, right? So it's just things like that. I think that if they're gonna want to make it pretty, they should do things like that that are immediately noticeable. I mean, like for example, the skins I've noticed, right? And because I don't use them, it's probably been there all the time, but they have different backgrounds. Have you noticed that? So if you go to the king and you look at their skins, there's gold and purple ones. Did they always have that?
No, that is new in the update. And is it something that we needed? No.
So is it the fact that the purple ones are the ones that you had to physically pay for?
Yes.
Right.
The legendary ones are the ones you had to pay for.
Right. The what do you want? What did you say?
I said I did note it.
Oh, the legendary ones. I was like, what? How did you know they were legendary ones? Because I just clicked on it, and I'm like, oh, so they just added. Why?
Yeah, I don't, because they'd rather do that than give us like 50 extra characters in Clan Mail.
I'm like, hey Jen, I've got 2 legendary skins.
I know.
I'll trade you 3 golds for 1 legendary.
No. When entering a quick army, you can now include any super troops where you have the required level on the original troop, and not only super troops that have you.
You might need to start that sentence again. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That doesn't even apply to me. I don't care. Hide locked buildings from player profile village thumbnail. Like, why? Show indicator in friendly war screen layout button if the friendly war layout is missing buildings. I mean, that, I guess. Always show friendly war layout when opening the friendly war layout selection menu instead of showing active war base or active home layout in case friendly war layout is empty. Show war scenery in previously used friendly war layout thumbnail. Show war scenery in previously used friendly challenge war layout thumbnail. It no longer shows the wrong previous layout when creating friendly challenge if the previous layout was war layout and it would have overlapping obstacles. The client incorrectly assumed that obstacles would invalidate a war layout. Season pass tasks that only require 1 troop in battles now read as, like, who cares?
Nobody does.
Art? We're not talking about the art. And additional bug fixes, power potion description text fix to no longer mention boosting spells twice. Like, who is looking that hard at all this stuff? Like, just fix it. Like, do we need...
You know, you say that, but you know the kind of people that we get into our clan.
I know, but is it necessary to say all of this stuff? Like, just fix it and be done with it. Like, nobody's... Like, look how much space they wasted in this news just putting all of this crap that nobody gives a crap about.
I'm sure someone is resting peacefully now that they fixed that description.
Fix it and be done with it. You don't have to be like, oh, hey, look, we fixed this bug that nobody cares about. Like, who cares? But yeah, I'm not reading through all of these other bug fixes because, like I said, if I didn't notice it by now, it's not that important to me to read. Because, yeah.
Okay. Is that you done with the update then?
fixed heroes occasionally doing 360-degree turns during attacks. Like, just fix it. You don't need to tell us. Just fix it. Why is it doing that in the first place? Just fix it. Clan description max length is 250 characters, both when creating a clan and editing the clan description later. It used to be 128 on creation and 250 when editing. Who cares? Just change it and be done
I
with
wish
it.
that when they fixed that, they just made the spaces more. Why couldn't they just part and parceled it with that? Oh, we're giving you, I don't know, 50 extra spaces. That would have been nice.
That would have been nice, yes. But seriously, do you really think that people cared?
Well, people that created new clans probably cared. You know, people who created new clans probably didn't even notice. Because who updates their clan description every day?
Exactly. I know about this because when I go and stalk people and I, write out my clan description and half of it disappears, I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm going to type this stupid thing out again. I notice. And yes, okay, but how many people are like me and actually stalk people?
I don't think that's the reason, but
But seriously, a lot of these things, I'm not reading through them because that's a lot of breath out of my lungs, and I just, I'd like to save that because it's not important stuff.
Okay, so what do you think about the update? What are your thoughts?
I think, like I said before when we talked about it, it seems like it's soon, like it's quick, like we just had one. I feel like I'm getting further behind because I'm never going to be at Town Hall 14 and able to push Legends properly because there's always going to be these updates coming out. I'm getting further and further behind.
Secretly, I bribed Supercells to so that you don't push again.
Totally. I am concerned that you are barely even finished your tracks, and there's all of these new levels. And I mean, like I said, that's just not good for me because it's going to take me that long, and it's just, I mean, it's some of the rotating your base. I do like that, and I mean, there's obviously a couple other things that affect the D, so I like them. The new troop was nice. I mean, it's a big update, so kind of exciting.
Are you pro? I mean, are you generally positive about the update, or are you generally negative? What's the net position here?
I think positive. Other than having to read through all of those things that didn't really mean anything to me. Positive, yeah. What about you?
I would agree. I would say it's a positive update. More because, like you said, we weren't expecting it. The sheer, we kind of forgot it was a big update as well. But I think it's a positive update because there's new troops, things for my lab to do because I had finished everything. I mean, obviously, Air got a lot of attention this update, but the last update it was all ground, so kind of made sense. Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of work ahead for my builders because I every town hall that has an archer tower or a cannon upgrade, I'm like, oh, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Like air defenses. Oh yeah, that's fine. You've got what 4? That's 4. But like cannons and archer towers, they're a lot.
I'm just getting. I finally have all of my archer towers upgrading the first level. I have another level to go. I haven't even touched my cannons yet, and I think I still have 4 air defenses left. But yeah, no, I'm feeling that grind right now. But, oh my god, how many archer towers are
there? But yeah, generally positive. I like the fact that there's things to do. Oh, the thing that I wanted to talk to you about was, so you don't play with sound, do you?
I prefer not to. I can focus more without it.
Okay, so you should turn your sound on now, right? And train a Pekka. Full volume, please, Jen.
Full volume.
Yeah, train a Pekka and let it come out the barrack.
Got more stuff.
How long does the Pekka take to train?
Pekka takes 3 minutes.
Okay, so we have to fill for 3 minutes.
Okay.
But you got your volume on?
I have my, I think. So.
Tap on something so I can hear.
I actually have to go in and turn sound effects. Do I have to turn the music on?
No.
There we
go. Okay. Fine. You could have clicked something else, like a pumpkin. Oh, but wait, you don't have one.
I don't have pumpkin.
Okay, how long?
It takes 3 minutes.
Okay, well, while you're tapping on goodness knows what, a wall, was there anything else about the update that we're going to talk about, or do I need to prep for something?
What do you mean prep for something? Oh, I can't fix stupid.
Okay, we'll do yours then, because we'll do yours, and then we'll do a bonus one, because we didn't do one last time.
Okay, it's kind of, but not really.
Okay, but
I stopped because I thought it was funny.
But wait,
it's not really.
You can't say it. You have to save it for the end.
Well, we are at the end.
Yeah, but your Pekka hasn't finished training.
No, but just pick the time and then you can share yours. So this wasn't really a Can't Fix Stupid. It was this guy. There must have been some requests above him or requests below. It must have been requests above him or something like that. But all you see is him coming in at 2 hours, 49 minutes. At 2 hours, 49 minutes, he says, "Thanks for the invite, but I'm free to play, so can't donate troops. Guess I'm out." And then he left. That was all in a minute. Like, it wasn't, 2 hours, 48 minutes. It was all in the span of a minute. Came in.
I had that too.
And said, "Thanks for the invite, but I'm free to play." He put F2P, so free to play, so can't donate troops. Guess I'm out.
Like, that whole sentence is just wrong. Like, how can you not donate troops if you're free to play?
I know.
I am not a free to play player. I openly admit I buy the gold pass and all that, but I still donate troops, not because I have a gold pass. Does that mean that he thinks to donate troops you have to use that gem thing?
I have no idea.
I just can't get to that lip. So he's never donated troops. We should have checked his profile to see if he's ever donated troops. But
I don't have sound anymore.
What do you mean?
Oh, is that because I'm charging my phone? I don't know. My sound is gone. Seriously.
Well, restart your game.
Don't have.
Do you have sound for anything? This is the worst time.
I start my game, it should be on because my. Oh, there we go. It must be because it was plugged in. How stupid is that? I have 1% left. That's why I plugged it in.
It's probably trying to save battery.
tracks. Maybe it was because it was a...
Has the pick come out?
It already came out.
Well, now you gotta build another one. You missed it all.
Oh my god! It's like, right? Because I think I've seen them come out before.
Pay attention this time.
Well, I was.
So yes, that was gonna be my Can't Fix Stupid too.
Okay.
Because, you know, it just amazed me that time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? I was just, oh yeah, that was my Can't Fix Stupid because it must be a true one because you thought of it too and you were like, that's it there. There was something else that happened today.
I read that, I was just like, what? Like, I was just blown away. Like, how do you even... Yeah. I snapped that because I was like, that's definitely one. And if it's not, it's still worth mentioning.
Yeah, but apparently, well, I've been doing better with recruiting, in that I'm not inviting the whole of Brazil these days.
I've noticed that we've been getting more people with war-timers. You and I had discussed that, I think, a while back, and just, you know, when you're going...
There's no way now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for where we are in the clan, we'll deal with it when it comes in. But there might be at some point I will pay a little bit more attention to the recruitment tool, but right now it's not viable to do it that way. There's been a lot of... What's the thing that I was trying to... I saw it, was it today or yesterday, but someone came on and he was like, I was telling them what to do, you know, show us what you can do versus the max base. And the amount of people, it's not just him, but he was like, okay, does a rush base count? Right after I said, make sure it's a max base. And he goes, does a rush base count? And I'm like, I don't know if he's just taking the mic or if this is a serious question. So you get a bonus. So that's another Can't Fix Stupid, right? Because I don't understand when you say you want to see how you do against a max base. That means anything but max. Right? You know, and they'll ask you questions like, does the expos have to be full, like, upgraded to max? I'm like, well, you know, that's what... If it's not, you do not win the lottery jackpot if you've only got, like, however many numbers minus one.
Well, I know.
So it's like, oh, so many.
Okay, 15 seconds.
Oh, is it gonna... I don't know if this is how it happens, but I noticed it.
Okay, 10, 9, 8. Am I watching it come out of the barracks? I don't know where it's going to pop out.
Well, just watch the whole screen, Jen. Wow, that's loud.
Okay. What was I watching for?
I'm not sure. I don't know how it happens, but just wait. Is he at the camp? Is she at the camp yet?
Yeah. I can see her breathing.
We'll just leave it on there for a minute.
Is she supposed to do something?
Maybe.
Walk around. I don't know what she's supposed to do.
Well,
it's blue, purple anymore.
I don't know what triggers that then. I thought it was you just made one.
What happened?
Well, I wanted you to see, but now I don't know if I should ruin the surprise.
Well, you know that I'm not going to be watching. I don't watch my tree. I didn't even know. Remember the girl who clapped at the trees? I don't notice stuff.
Fine, I'll tell you.
Maybe it's only yours because you get a max purple?
No.
What happened?
You've got a max picker, don't you?
I don't. What happened?
Well, sometimes she likes to chase around a butterfly. And she says, butterfly.
What do you mean, says butterfly?
Well, this is why I'm telling you to turn the sound on, Jen.
Well, where's she going? Where's she going?
Well, don't tap on her.
She's chasing a butterfly right now! And she's like, butterfly! She's going after it right now! That is crazy! Butterfly! That is totally crazy. I did not know that. Oh, and then the butterfly goes away. She's like, butterfly. I like that.
Oh, so I should have waited like an extra minute. Damn it.
Well, yeah, as soon as you said that, I'm like, where's my pecker going? That was cool. I like that.
The best part of the whole update.
Yeah. Was that just new in this update?
I think so.
They should do that with all the troops because that was wicked fun.
Because I don't play with sound either, right? But I do put my sound on when I do my war attacks. And sometimes I have pickers and I'm like, what is that noise? Am I pressing on something? And then I'm like, where's my picker? Why is it just walking through walls? So that's how I find it out. But it's pretty cool, huh?
I do like that.
And you do like the little butterfly anyway, so.
No, I do. I like that. Like I said, they should have more people do that.
Now you're just gonna randomly cook pickles now. Okay, focus. I will let you wrap up.
Yes, we will wrap up here. Next episode, I don't know when we'll be able to do, possibly next week, just because we're both on holidays. And, we'll be out at the lake and whatnot.
You'll be at the lake.
Yeah. Not sure when the next episode will be. Probably next Friday, but might not be. We'll talk about leagues because we'll either be in them or out of them, depending on how many people we do have. The events will be on.
We'll talk about our conclusion of the experiment.
Yes, the conclusion of the experiment.
I think that's what we should, I think that would be the main subject because we should give it its dues.
Yep. And I mean, by next weekend there will be the second qualifier for the World Championships determined. Because I think that's being played this weekend. So yeah, we'll have a couple things to talk about next week. We end up doing one on Friday. Until then, we will hopefully talk to you then.
Bye.